Okay, what I'm going to go through in this video is how to move your holdings from one bib record to another bib record. And the situation is this: when we created our purchase order line, um, we used this record here, which is the 2016 version of this book. And when the book came in, we had the 2017 edition. And we noticed that the table of contents were different from the 2016 to the 2017 edition. So what we're going to do is we need to look in the network zone, and you'll see that I went to connection and I exported this record here, which is 2017. I exported this into Alma. And so it creates a record in Alma. It gave me the MMSID number, and here it is. And when it exports into Alma, it puts the record into our institution zone. And you'll notice that there's no holdings attached to this one. So that's what we're about to do, is move our holdings from this record here, number 4, to this record here, number 1. So I'm going to open up this record in our institution zone. I'm going to go back. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to copy this OCLC number, which is the good record, and you're probably going to want to paste that into a text file. So I have a note here to myself that says we're moving our holding to this record, and there's the record. So the first thing we're going to do is open up the record that we have, go to our holdings screen, click on the Actions button, and click Relink. And then select Network, and then paste the good OCLC number in here. This is the record we're moving our holdings to. Click Search. And so we're moving our records from this one here, 2016, to the 2017. So all you have to do is click Relink. And we're going to go back to Alma, and you'll see that it moved our holdings to 2017. And one thing I noticed that we need to do is change the call number suffix. So we're going to go into Holdings, and so now our holding is on the proper record, and the table of contents is going to match what we have. And if you go back and look at the other record in the network zone, so this is the good one, it's held by us, and then number 4, it says University of Georgia and my institution. So we do need to remove ourselves from this record. So I'm going to open this up in the institution zone, and we're looking at 2016. I'm going to click on Edit Record, and then I'm going to click File and Copy to Catalog. going to go over here and release the record. So now when we look at record number 4, which is the 2016, you'll see that it's only held by University of Georgia, and the 2017 is held by us. The only other thing that you need to do is go back to the institution zone. You're going to have 2 records here. So this is the number 1 is the good record we moved our holdings to. Number 2 is the record we moved our holdings from, and you see that it's not linked to the network zone anymore, and it doesn't have any holdings, so it's just the opposite of where we began. What I'm going to do is click on Edit Record, and delete record. You're about to delete the following bibliographic record. And that leaves us with our proper record here. Now, one thing that you probably noticed is that the little message, the little link that says ordered, and then they had a hyperlink here where it would take you to the copy of the purchase order line, that disappeared when we did that. So the order was this one right here, Understanding Research in Early Childhood Education. It's still in Alma. It still says closed. It's still on the invoice. If we click that, we still see it's attached to this invoice line, and the invoice is closed. If you go into Acquisitions and you look at the Gobi transactions, and you put in this PO line, you'll still see that you've got an expenditure of $40.38. It doesn't delete the encumbrance, the disencumbrance, and the expenditure. And you've got these 3 things for all of the purchases that we make that have been ordered and received and have had invoices attached and the invoice is closed. You'll get all 3 types: expenditure, encumbrance, and disencumbrance. So that's all still in here, and that means it didn't do anything to change the calculations for how much money we have left in our account balance. So it sort of seems to be a cosmetic thing that happens when you would do something like that. But at the end of the day, we have our holdings attached to the correct bib record. You can still look up the order line in Alma. You'd have to know what it is, but you would still be able to find it in here, and that didn't change at all. So that's basically how you're going to move your holdings from one bib record to another bib record.